My first impression of Jimmy was, man, this guy is good. I mean, he's really good, and he had a lot of energy on stage, and he was the leader, so there was that respect.
He was at the helm, and he must have been doing something right. It was the chemistry of everybody, but he must have been doing something right to keep 6 people together for 9 years.
Jimmy held it together, because there probably were a lot of egos floating around in that band, and he somehow was able to keep them under control.
I was so impressed with Jim when I first met him because I didn't know how anybody could have this much energy,
He was just so full of energy. And he had an attitude that there was nothing you could put in front of him that he wouldn't do if there was a challenge. He had that kind of attitude.
And the way he dealt with people, it seemed like all he really wanted was somebody that wanted to be on his team.
A lot of that is owed to Jimmy as far as keeping it together as long as it was kept together, And he just had a way of balancing everybody out.
That really made an impression on me, because I thought, man, I'm going to follow this guy because, he knows where he's going,
I remember him saying he didn't even like to eat because it took too much time. He was always busy doing something for the band.
He was adorable. He was just adorable.
Jimmy was just had real charisma on stage. Still has real charisma.
But musically, I was very impressed with him. I was impressed with his, his dedication.
And certainly a great lead player. He had good chops, good tone, and musicality, sense of phrasing. I'm hearing that with people that I work with today, a couple of great horn players.
As a musician, he had great technique, had a great way to sell himself when he performed.
Still impressed by his musical ability to hear things, his chord voicings and harmonic movement the way he does. It's not enough to play the right notes, it's to make a musical statement, and he would.
I know that if we could have stuck together, he would have written some great things because I think he was a great arranger and a great songwriter.
Jimmy had a real distinctive knack of being able to arrange beautifully for the talent that he had.
I think Jimmy was a very, very good arranger.
Knocked out by his arranging ability, envious of his arranging ability.
Jimmy did all the arrangements, and he had very nice, legible handwriting.
He would write block charts for me, and pretty soon I got to where, I could sit down and figure out what he was trying to tell me,
He knew exactly what sat beautifully in Byrd's voice. He could arrange a tune for Donna to sing that was just terrific.
As years went on, I was so impressed with his ability. He knew my voice better than I did. When he would arrange a tune, he never even had to figure out what key, what have you, it was just there.
And I was impressed how fast he could turn out arrangements. He would do his arrangements at 3 a.m. after the gig. He'd borrow Donna's turntable.
He writes these tremendous charts, and I was really blown away by Jimmy.
And he would arrange the horns, and he'd have the rhythm section. Everything would just be so nicely put together that the music just really sounded terrific. And it was the enthusiasm of that sound that would happen that everybody would just be so excited about that we'd want more.
It was just amazing. He just had it so down. He was a magical figure. Yeah.
What really brought the group's whole focus together, what really made us gel, was the fact that the music got the spirit, and the spirit got the feeling, and everything kind of just gelled as a result of it.
I love Jimmy, and I'll love him forever. And he's had that feel, that talent was there.
You know what? I have a better perspective on him now because of the age, and you look back on everything. Jimmy held it together.
He was always fair to me, and he became, my best friend.
I can still consider him a friend. We had some problems along the way, but you look back on it, it was a lot more good than it was anything else.
Still consider him a friend. I haven't been in touch like I should be.
We had a a very, very unique bond, still have a very unique bond.
I only wish that he was still playing and writing. And with me involved too, that'd be great.